Well, I have to tell you, this is going to be, we haven't even done it yet, one of my favorite segments because it includes one of my favorite subjects, and that is animals, specifically dogs. I've always had a dog in my life since I was a little kid. I can't imagine my life without my pets. And I've had so many over the years, traveling and touring. And the hardest thing is, all of you know, is having to leave your dog at home, when they always panic that you're not coming back. And of course you do. Well, at the moment, I have three dogs, uh, Mocha, Annabelle, and Miss P. She got that name honestly, but she doesn't do that anymore. So we've called her Precious now because she's not Miss P. Anyway, I love them with all my heart. And one of my guests today is the incredible Michael Novelli, who has started a wonderful, I don't know, business called Pawtastic Friends.
Nonprofit.
Hmm?
Nonprofit, yeah.
Nonprofit
Yeah,
called Pawtastic Friends. Paw, get it? Pawtastic. And they have a Pawtique.
Yes, the Pawtique.
We'll talk more about that in a minute. But I wanted to, I'm going to give you a quick introduction. I'm going to read this just
Perfect.
and then you can expand on
Absolutely.
it. Pawtasticfriends.com, we'll put that up here on our screen, is a 5,000 square foot training facility built and dedicated to the rescue dogs in our community. They provide and fund training to give the dogs a break from their kennels and build skills to set them up for success when they do get adopted. This is an incredible idea. Who thought of it? You, Melissa? You talked about people that work with you.
My wife and I, we started, one day I was sitting in the kitchen.
Yeah.
And we all see the pictures of the dogs in the newspaper, tied up to a leash.
Oh, yeah.
Like this, adopt me.
Yeah.
And they look scared.
Yeah.
So I said to her, we have to do something to help these dogs.
Sure.
What can we do? So maybe we could do videos or something.
Yeah.
So we started in 2012 doing videos in a local shelter of the dogs.
Uh-huh.
And we started posting them on social media, and it grew from there, known as the Tuesday videos. And then my wife said, these dogs have been some in the cage for 4 or 5 days. They haven't had a walk.
Sure.
We're becoming dog walkers. And so we became dog walkers. Then we became mentors as volunteers.
Yeah.
Then there was a training facility, maybe about 3 or 4 blocks away from the shelter.
Yeah.
And we started paying for the dogs to go for enrichment training, to let them go have some fun. So that idea grew, Jimmy. It grew and grew. And people were like, this is great. Look how much fun they're having. So they started giving us money to send the dogs for training. So then in 2016, my wife.
You say they, you mean the different.
The public. The public started, they're volunteers.
I'll donate some money if you take poor little dogs that haven't been out of their cages in days.
Right, exactly.
You can take them for a quick walk. That gives them some hope.
Exactly. So we would my wife would set up the scheduling to get the dogs out of the shelter to go to the training center over here. Yeah. And it was great. And they were having fun. And we posted videos and the dogs get adopted. And then she said, maybe we should start a nonprofit. Maybe we can help more dogs. So in 2016, we formed Pawtastic Friends.
This has been a long time coming.
Yeah. So changing a lot of lives.
So this started in 2016?
Our nonprofit, we formed in December 2016.
Well, so it's been around for a little while. That's wonderful. And you were telling me it's a 5,000 square foot actual building.
Yes, standalone building. Yeah.
And there's one-on-one training with each dog that comes in.
Absolutely.
So nice. And they're all mostly rescue dogs or homeless dogs.
Right. Rescue dogs. We work with 28 nonprofits here.
Yeah.
We provide all the training. We
provide the different kennels in town.
We pay for everything. We
SPCA
we train dogs
the Nevada Society, Humane Society. Yeah. There's so many of them. I know I've done benefits over the years for many different animal charities. Animals are true to my heart. I do benefits for a lot of things, but when it comes to animals, that's where my heart is. So the idea, when you were telling me earlier that idea that say 20 dogs can come to your facility and get one-on-one training to kind of calm them down and kind of give them hope. So when they go back to their cage, unfortunately, when someone comes to look for a dog to adopt, they can say, oh, this one's been through training.
Right.
And it's probably going to be a little more adoptable. That just gives them an edge.
Yes, and we
going
know
to finishing
about the dogs.
school.
Yeah, finishing. That's a good way to put it. Finishing school.
I love it.
Because a lot of these dogs, unfortunately, have been abused.
Sure.
They've been abandoned. They're confused. They're in a house.
Right.
And unfortunately, some people have to turn their dogs in because they can't afford their dogs.
Right.
So that's why we started our training for the public to keep dogs in the houses.
Hey, please turn your dog in. There's no shame in it. If you absolutely have to, don't just drop them off on the road. I grew up in the country when I was a little kid, and it was commonplace to see dogs just people just open the door and throw them out the door, and that just breaks my heart even
It's
thinking
terrible.
about it.
It's
So yeah,
terrible.
what you guys are doing is amazing. So it is a nonprofit.
Yes.
So you are depend on donations.
Yes.
Now, whose dog is this?
This is Prince.
This
Prince
is
is
Prince.
available right now with our friends over at the Samadhi Legacy Foundation.
Yes.
This dog is the most sweet dog.
Yeah.
Give you a kiss.
You
Literally,
could
if this
tell.
dog was in the studio right now, would come up to you and be like,
Oh well.
"Hi,
Yeah.
Jimmy."
Should
And
have brought him.
great
Yeah.
dog. You know, and unfortunately, there's so many dogs in the community right now. We're in a crisis right now.
Yeah.
You
Oh,
know,
it's
we have
everywhere.
to stop the backyard breeding. We have to spay and neuter the dogs. I remember when I was a little kid. Remember The Price is Right?
I say
Remember
Bob
what he
Barker.
said?
Yeah.
Help
Spay and
control
neuter.
the pet
That's
population.
all
Have
you
to
can talk
spay and
about.
neuter.
Spay and neuter.
Still
And
to
you know
this
what?
day, Drew Carey
And
says
that's
it.
really the number one, still to this day, best way to control the pet population. Because these, they're just wild animals. They just do what animals do. So you've got to. That's the best way to help. But your program has just blown me away. So you do depend on donations, and we're going to put it up here on our screen. Pawtasticfriends.com. That's where you go
Yes.
to donate,
Yes.
and there's all sorts of information about your facility and what you do, and then it goes on.
It goes on. And
goes
what we'd
on.
love to do is, it's hard for people to understand exactly what we do.
Yeah.
We encourage people to come by for a tour.
Yeah. Take a
My
look
wife
at
and I are there Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday. We'd like to give them a personal tour
it. Right.
and show them what we do. We're 100% transparent. All the money goes to where it should,
Right.
to the dogs. The only people that get paid is our landlord, the utilities, and our trainers.
Yeah. Got to pay
My
that.
wife and I, we work full time. All our volunteers,
That's
most of them
wonderful.
work. So the money goes where it should to the dogs, training and changing and saving lives.
Well, I'm looking at this. I'll have you tell us about
Sure.
it. To mark your calendar. Is this once a week? that
This
you
is
do?
once a month, the
Once
first
a
Sunday
month.
of every month. This is another
The
brainchild of
first
my wife.
Sunday of every month from
Yeah.
noon till 2.
Yep.
And it's tell us what it is.
So my wife goes, Michael, I got an idea. And she has ideas all the time.
Yep.
And she's so smart. I just do whatever she tells me.
Of course you do.
So with the
better.
28 rescues we work with, she wanted to do a foster fair because these dogs that are living in kennels, we
Mhm.
need to get them in homes, whether it's a foster home. And a lot of people don't
Now,
understand what foster
I was
home
just going to
is.
ask you, explain that. So I wanted to help out because I see a dog that just desperate need. You could just keep him for a short time.
So if you saw Prince and you said, I'd like to foster him. So what we
Right.
would do is we'd contact the Samadhi Legacy Foundation,
right,
say, Jimmy's a great person. He's a dog lover. He wants to foster this dog. They'd set up an interview with you
yeah,
and Prince would come to your house. Once you guys agreed on everything,
sure,
they provide the food. They provide the kennel. They provide toys. They provide medical. They provide everything. It's like you're getting a rent-free dog.
a rent-free
and
dog,
love.
a cost-free
And
dog.
love, right.
So if I wanted to foster till possibly it found another home, because I've got 3,
Yeah,
and that's
absolutely.
as big as my house can handle. But if I wanted to just help, say, Prince,
Right.
and have him for a while, but
Absolutely.
then I would probably fall in love with him and never want to get
What
rid
we
of
call
him.
that is a foster fail, but we
Yeah,
think
a
it's
foster fail.
a foster success because the dog found the home.
But
And that's
no.
happened. That happens
Right.
a lot.
So you have specific dogs sometimes that you just know they're going to find a place that just needs somebody to free up space for another dog.
And it's
Does that
hard
happen?
because we're so overpopulated.
Yeah.
Like I said, we're in a crisis. People
Yeah.
need to spay and neuter their dogs.
Yeah.
You
So
know?
foster means you can keep it as long as you possibly can, but you're with no shame, you can give it back
Right.
if
So
you have to.
So our dear friends Tom and Nancy, they're seniors, and they had a dog named Zuma, and they were fostering Zuma, and then they found out that Zuma wanted to get adopted by somebody else.
Right.
Not happening. Zuma lives with the Richards and hit the jackpot.
Yeah. That worked out great.
Yeah, it worked out great.
Well, this is amazing. This once a month thing. We're going to put all this on our
Fantastic.
website and your website. Is it Pawtastic?
Pawtastic.
It's
friends.com.
Pawtastic,
It's
y'all.
Pawtastic.
And then we're going to talk about the t-shirts
Yes.
now. You brought me a t-shirt. That's so nice.
Did.
And I just
Absolutely.
want to show it off a little bit. This is for LBGT, and
Yes,
it's
our new Pride shirts.
Pawtastic t-shirts are available at the
Pawtique.
The Pawtique.
You had it.
The Pawtique. I mentioned it earlier.
So we have
And-
hats and shirts.
Hats and shirts, and you can buy these online
Yes.
as well. And all the money goes to
And Pawtastic friends.
Pawtastic
Helping the
Funds.
rescue
So,
dogs. Yep.
well, I love it. I'm just
Yeah,
gonna
we have the shirts and we
put
have
my
the
shirt
hats and
on.
what we
Yeah.
believe, love is love.
Love is love. Gosh, it's just amazing what you guys do. And have I missed anything? Let's talk about the class. What is this?
Class. So unfortunately, sometimes people adopt a dog from rescue,
Yep.
and all of a sudden they get in the house like, oh my God, this dog's
It's
crazy.
gone crazy. I can't control
They
it.
don't know what they do. So, sometimes they reach out to individual trainers. It's $100 an hour,
I've been there.
$125 an hour. You're like, oh my God, I can't afford that.
And what's the number one problem with the dog? Usually it's housebreaking, right?
Yeah.
Teaching them to go outside.
Yeah.
Or to an area that you have set up.
Yeah.
So that's the number one.
So what my wife wanted to do when we first started this, she says, I want to be able to keep these dogs in the house with the people. Let's find a way to give affordable training. So what we did is we're offering 6 weeks,
right?
1 hour classes for $249.
$249.
That's unheard of.
No, it is. If you get 6 hours worth of training,
right,
would be over $600 or $700.
And we only do six dogs per class. So it's not like you're going to
it's a small class. Yeah.
You're not going to a huge class. You're not getting the attention. You're getting attention.
Individualized.
Yeah. And half of the money goes back to Pawtastic Friends. So
your $249, half that goes back to
Pawtastic
Friends.
So you're helping change and save lives of the rest.
And you're still getting 6 hours worth of training for your personal dog.
Pretty much one-on-one training.
That's amazing. Yeah. That is amazing. Listen, I don't know what else to say except I'm just so happy that you and your wife and your friends have put this together and there is a program like this. So it is Pawtasticfriends.com. I'm going to go make my donation. Thank you for the t-shirt. I'm going to buy one for my husband. And all my friends. Go over there and don't forget to look about training your dog for the class. I'd love to meet this little fella, Prince. I'd like to meet him.
Amazing.
And there's all sorts of things going on there. Michael, I want to thank you again for coming on the show.
Thank you so much for having
me. Keep doing what you're doing.
Appreciate
and stay in touch with us every now and then.
Absolutely.
And send us pictures if you can.
We can, absolutely.
Yeah. And we'll do this again soon. And maybe I'll foster a dog and we'll make a whole thing. Our show can take over and we'll share the dog. We'll do something.
We'll get Melissa here.
Oh,
she's
gotta
very
do
exuberant and
let's get Melissa on board. Absolutely. All right, guys. Thank you again, Michael. And it's Pawtasticfriends.com. And go take care of them, the little ones. Do it. Just do it. Thank you. We'll be right back. Thank you, Michael.
Thank you.